Most of the YouTube advice that you've been following is a reason why you haven't made any money yet. Post consistently. Get 1,000 subscribers. Get 4,000 watch hours. Wait for AdSense. And then just grow as big as possible. That entire playbook is broken in 2026. And most of the people telling you that haven't actually monetized a small channel in years, if ever. I make over $15,000 a month across 3 YouTube channels. And the biggest one right now has just 23,000 subscribers. So in this video, we're gonna talk about the 6 pieces of normal YouTube advice that is quietly keeping small creators broke and what we need to do instead. So let's get into it. First off, guys, I feel like I'm a broken record. I say this every single video, but we need to stop focusing on AdSense. It is like the worst way to make money. Like, most people are not gonna blow up on YouTube enough to make a full-time living with AdSense. You've gotta have hundreds of thousands of views a month, and that's not gonna be most people. And if we wait for that, we're gonna be broke forever, guys. For instance, one of my videos, it's like around 14,000 views right now, and it's made me like $90, something like that. That is not sustainable. For me to even get to $1,000 on that, it's like I need 10 times those views. I need like 150,000 views. Guys, I'm not gonna be able to do that every single video. Maybe in 10 years, but not right now. And we need to make money right now, right? But on one of my other channels, I had a video that had like 23,000 views. That made me $2,000 in a week. And that was because I had an affiliate link and I had a strategy in place that did not involve AdSense. If I relied on AdSense for that, what am I doing? I'm making like $100. Like I've said in the past, AdSense is just like loose change, but it's not the business. It's not how you're gonna make money with a small channel. In the previous video that I just made, I talked about 5 different ways to make money that are not AdSense. That's what we need to do. We gotta focus on things like affiliate income, maybe some coaching one-on-one, maybe some sponsorships once you get a little bit of a following, right? And just no matter what, from the beginning, start collecting emails, even if you have nothing to sell or to offer yet, because when you are ready to have an offer, your email list is so much more valuable than the amount of subscribers that you have. And honestly, once you stop chasing AdSense, then this second piece of bad advice is going to stop making sense to you too, which is chase views and the money will follow. It's not how it works. You can have a video blow up, but if all you're doing is relying on AdSense and you got nothing else, you got no links, you got nothing that people can buy, then what even is the point? Everyone says, get more views, get more subs, then you're gonna get AdSense and the money's just gonna roll in as you get bigger. But why do we have to wait for that? And for some of us, myself included, I don't think that's gonna happen, and that's okay. I'm cool right where I'm at. What I like to focus on instead is the quality of views, not the quantity. Because if you got 10,000 people watching your video, but none of them is really like a potential buyer for whatever you're promoting, then what is the worth in that, right? Or like if none of them is going to be a good lead for your coaching offer or things like that, what even, it's like almost bad to go viral. But if instead you have like 500 focused views, maybe they came from search, people who are actually looking for a product that you happen to be talking about, those are the kinds of views that you would want. Those are the kinds of leads that you need to be able to make an income. So I will take the 500 views any day over the 10,000 views because I've made more money with smaller views. Like on my main channel, I have a very niche product that I talk about, which is floor to standing desks. And I don't get a lot of views on those videos, especially initially. But oh my gosh, the search volume over time, that's where the money comes in. And I consistently make 4 figures from several of the brands that I talk about for floor to standing desks. So what I would say to you is focus on a niche where people have a real problem that you can help solve or you have a solution for if you've tried different products that can help. Because a 600 view video where people are searching for that problem and they've come to your video for a solution, that's so much more valuable than 10,000 random views. Next, we cannot wait for the algorithm to discover us, okay? You know, I will say though, one video can help get you to the next level, but that's not the end all be all. It's not about going viral. It's not about like your video pops off and then your whole life is completely changed. It's really just another rung on the ladder to get you closer to where you want to be. I like to think of every video as building your library, especially when it comes to searchable content. For me, at least what I do with affiliate commission, things like that, I've been making a library of searchable content. And those videos that I made 6 months ago, they're still paying me like 6 months later, a year later, some even 2 years later. So I would like to say that every video kind of helps compound your growth, because once you have a library, say for instance, on my main channel, I talk about floor sleeping, right? So maybe one of my videos talks about how floor sleeping helped heal my back. So maybe people were looking for back pain solutions, right? And then they found floor sleeping and Japanese floor futons, things like that. So they came into my world and I showed them, hey, this is my solution for back pain. If you're interested, you can look into it. I have a whole keyword empire around the terms Japanese futon. If you search on Google the word futon, I may come up a lot. Like, you know, Japanese futon, even just futon now. Watch out, guys. I need to make some more videos so I stay like that. But yeah, I show up in the search on the Google, okay? And that didn't happen overnight. That was me making 20, 30 videos because it's one of my special interests, guys. But I believe with all of my heart that building searchable content is the way to go. Evergreen content, because you make it once and it just stays there. You know, it's searchable on YouTube and Google for years to come. And I'm still making money from videos I made like 2 years ago. And it's just because I decided to dominate my niche, my very weird, quirky little niche. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong though. I will make a more broad, trendy video to kind of get like more views at the top of my funnel, just in case, you know, and then some of them do like what they hear. Maybe I'll just talk about how everyone should sit on the floor more, right? And that's more of like a top of funnel or like a broader audience per se. And then they might come down into like, here are my solutions. Here are the ways I like to sit on the floor. I like my floor to standing desk, things like that. Then they make their way down, you know, to your more specific niche and all that stuff, okay? But overall, searchable content, that's been my bread and butter. And that's just because your ideal buyer is already searching for that content, right? Like the content that could help them solve their problem. And if you're talking about that, then you're gonna show up and it's gonna be amazing. So that's why search is the way to go, I think. Okay, by the way, if you wanna learn more about the different ways to make money on YouTube, I've got a whole mini course for you. You can grab it in the description below. Okay, let's continue on. The next piece of bad advice is telling everyone and growing in public. You should not do that. Don't do that. I did that when I first started. I don't recommend it. Like, just build quietly, okay? Just do your thing, because also your family and friends most likely are not the people that you want watching your stuff. So if you're asking them to all subscribe and to watch your videos, if they only watch for a minute of your 12-minute videos, it's gonna tank it, because maybe they're not your ideal avatar. They're not the person that you want watching it. They're not interested in your meal prep videos because they don't want to eat that kind of food, right? Maybe they're not interested in how to build a YouTube channel because they don't want to build a YouTube channel. Like, so asking them to subscribe just so that you have more subscribers, that is not the way to go. Please don't do that. Just trust that your content, especially once you learn what works on YouTube, okay? You learn the systems, that you know how to make good thumbnails, good titles, you know how to retain your audience, right? Once you know all the things that work, trust that YouTube is going to connect you with your ideal viewer. It just takes some time to build, and we have to be okay with that, right? Success doesn't happen overnight, maybe to like 0.001% of people, and half the time they're not ready for it. These things take time. And then also, sometimes when you tell the people around you and they're not doing that, things like making channels, they're not building businesses, they're going to tell you to stay safe. They're going to tell you that you're wasting your time because they haven't done that for themselves. That's a whole other thing. I want to talk more about that, just the mindset to build something in general. Let me know below if you're interested in that kind of content. Like, I just feel like it's so important to surround yourself with people who are doing the things you are doing, to get in those circles. And sometimes it's just that it's online. It's not your immediate. I'm pretty sure that most people stay close to their hometown when they grow up. They stay in one place because it's safe, it's comfortable. But there's a whole big world out there, you know? And to actually grow, you've got to step out of your comfort zone. Okay, comment below comfort zone if you want me to talk more about how to get out of that so that you can do the hard things, such as YouTube. Once you've built something for yourself, you found your voice, then if you want to talk to people about it, go ahead. Now, I'll tell people that I'm a YouTuber. I don't care, because I have the receipts. I've done the hard work and I'm living my best life right now. Like right now, I'm in the Poconos on a random Tuesday evening filming a video for you guys. There's a lake over there. It's good stuff, guys. And so yeah, now I will tell people, because I think everybody could do this too, you know? All right, next, please don't wait until you have 1,000 subs and even like 4,000 watch hours to start thinking about money, because the only money that most people are thinking about is AdSense. And if you wait that late, you're already missing out. You should have already been collecting emails, okay? Figure out some kind of lead magnet, okay? You can Google how to make a lead magnet. When I say lead magnet, I just mean a way to collect emails, offering something free that is valuable to your audience in exchange for an email address, okay? Sorry, there's all these bugs here. The sun is setting, but we still gonna finish this video, okay? Because this is important, okay? Because I want you guys to be able to just go to the mountains on a random Tuesday and film a video if you want, okay? But yeah, say you're building over a year, okay? You get to 1,000 subs. You didn't even have a monetization plan in place. That's a year of not making any money. I cannot imagine. That's how my first channel went. I wasn't making any money until somewhere around 2,000 subs, and it was only $50 from AdSense. That's why I took a break, okay? I don't want that for you guys. In the last 8 months, I've made 2 brand new channels, and each of them have already made me 4 figures. One has made me 5 figures. This one has made me 5 figures. My other channels made me almost 5 figures in just like 8 months. I had a plan to make money from the beginning, and that's what we all need to do. Even the affiliate income, that's a low-hanging fruit, and I highly recommend that for everybody. Just start with something. Once you start making a little money, you're like, oh, literally, you can start making affiliate money from the day that you start your channel, like your first video, because all you gotta do is just have those links in there, and it's something, okay? Don't be waiting until you got 1,000 subs. You're too late already. You're wasting time. We are not here to waste time. We only get one life, guys. I know how to grow YouTube channels, okay? So of course I'm gonna offer coaching to people. So basically, when I was at 400 subs, I made my first 4 figures on this channel with my coaching offer, okay? And now I'm already at 5 figures, okay? Because I've coached several clients thanks to this channel. And yes, of course, it's helpful that I made 2 other channels already, so, you know, I'm able to help people with that. But I'm just saying, like, you don't need to wait till 1,000 subs to do anything. And people on here are like, oh, she's just capping, she's not making any money. I'm gonna put all these PayPal receipts up here for you, whatever you wanna see. Not that I need to prove anything, okay? I know what I'm doing. I know. And then also, just if you need more proof, on my second channel that I started, I was able to get my first sponsorship at like 1,000 subs, okay? Because I already saw that I was starting to get some upward momentum on my videos because I knew what was working. Honestly, I was waiting for those videos to pop off a little. I knew the videos would stick at some point, and it was just that YouTube had to find my people. But as soon as I started seeing the upward trajectory, I reached out to a sponsor that made sense for that channel, okay? And I was able to get my first deal for like $1,000, $1,600 on almost a brand new channel in the first 3 weeks of having it. So my piece of advice for you is, like, from the get-go, when you're building a channel, already try to figure out some kind of offer. The sooner you figure it out, the better, right? And you can always pivot if you need to, but even if you just have an affiliate or something, maybe you have to buy your product in the past and you liked it, and you can reach out to a company and be like, hey, I love your product. I've been using it for 2 years already. Do you have an affiliate program? Can I join it? Because I'm about to start a channel. Some companies are cool with that if they're gonna make more money, right? And you're optimizing for search. Like my friend and my mentor, Gabe Bolt, he has a whole channel about like saunas and cold plunges, and he just optimizes that channel for search. It made him like so much money, like, I don't know, 20,000, 30,000, like way before he even had 1,000 subs, okay? So like, I'm just saying it's possible. Next, please don't treat YouTube as a hobby. I know sometimes we want to put pressure on ourselves just in case we fail, but if you treat it as a business from the beginning, then it's going to be so much better for you because you're going to have more discipline to keep going when you don't feel like it. You're going to be working harder also to figure out how to make money on it, right? Like, you're going to show up to film the videos, and at first it's going to feel like you're not making any progress, but the fact that you are showing up and doing the work is going to make all the difference in the long run. Because for a while it's going to be like this, but at some point all of that effort you've been putting in is going to compound and help take you to the next level. Basically, if you treat YouTube like a hobby, you're gonna get hobby results. You'll skip uploads, you'll never try to learn how to be better, right? Part of like doing this whole YouTube thing is getting 1% better with every video. But if you're treating it like a hobby and you're just like dabbling in it and you're not, you know, not serious about growing from each upload and learning what you can do better, then you're just not gonna get the results that you could, you know, if you just went all in and started learning and improving with every upload. And then the worst part is you're going to quit the second that it gets hard, you know, and say, oh, I did try. You didn't give it a fair shot. And that was me before. I didn't give it a fair shot. I didn't learn all that I could have learned. And when I came back after a year and a half off and really invested in myself and really learned all the stuff that you don't know what you don't know, right? Once I realized that I had so much more to learn, I put my head down and I invested in myself, then that's when the magic started happening. You really have to just invest in yourself. Just like when you're learning, it's a skill. And if you invest in learning that skill, then you will get better and you'll be able to succeed over time. What it comes down to, guys, is that your channel is not a hobby. It's the most accessible business in our lifetime. So look, guys, if you've been doing everything you were told, but the math is not mathing, the problem is not you, it's the playbook. The version of YouTube advice that's everywhere is for hobbyists that aren't trying to make any money. But you're not one of them. If you want me to look at your channel and tell you which of these 6 pieces of advice you're stuck in, I do that with my one-on-one coaching clients. You can apply below, the link is in the description. I also do run a community with my mentor. We do group coaching in there. I have some links down below for that as well. And don't forget, you can also snag my 8 days, 8 ways to make money on YouTube down below as well. If this made YouTube feel a little more attainable for you, feel free to subscribe subscribe. These are kind of videos that I be trying to put out all the time to help us realize that it's not so impossible to make money on the YouTube with a small channel. And if you felt like this was really helpful, YouTube is telling you that you might like these too. Or maybe it's over here. I don't know. Okay, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.